Hey, Megan. How are things on your end? Your folks treating you good?
Yeah, all fine here. What about you, Tucker? You're doing all the housework on your own now, right? I know there's a first time for everything, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a tad worried.
Oh, so you do know how much I suck at housework then. I'm pleased. I got my mom to come clean the place. So it's pretty much the same as it was when you left.
You're relying on your mom again? Come on, Tucker. You're gonna have to start doing things for yourself eventually. She isn't gonna be fit and healthy enough to clean up after you forever, you know? You never help me out when I'm around either. I get you might not be as good at doing housework as me, but are you sure you're not using that as an excuse to get out of doing it? I mean, it's really not that hard. It's not easy running a household while being pregnant, you know?
You think I don't have a business of my own to take care of? I have a job myself, you know? I'm too busy to help out, and can't be helped. Anyway, how's our little one been lately? He's still kicking you all the time? He'll be set to give birth soon, right?
Really sly, Tucker. Impressive. Don't think I don't notice when you change the subject like that. I've never known anyone who avoids things they don't want to discuss as much as you do. If there was a contest for it, you'd win first prize. I really wish you wouldn't do that.
Sorry. Anyway, how is he? You are taking good care of our boy, right?
The doctors at the hospital said he's doing great. Apparently, we'll be able to go ahead with the birth as planned as long as I keep resting up like they advised me to.
I see. That's great news. I haven't been able to see you since you went back to your mom and dad's place. I'm really relieved to hear that.
I'm glad you're relieved. But you're going to be a dad soon, Tucker. You do realize that, right? How are you going to keep up with the responsibilities of having a little boy if you can't even watch the house without relying on your mom to clean up after you? I won't be able to do things at my usual pace after the birth, you know. If you're going to be a parent, at the very least, you need to fulfill your bare minimum of responsibilities as a dad.
Yeah, well, about that. I'm doing my part by putting money into the bank and food on the table, right? Anyway, am I really gonna be a dad soon? I can't believe it. My mom's gonna be over the moon.
I hope she is.
What's that supposed to mean? Why'd you always get so lukewarm whenever we talked about my mom?
Let's face it, Tucker, your mom's hardly my number one fan, is she? She complains at me every time she stops by the house. Part of me wonders whether she'll ever truly be happy for us.
This is her grandson. Her own flesh and blood we're talking about here. Of course she'll be happy. That said, it's not like I can't see where she's coming from. Her housewife skills do kind of suck, you know?
Hey, this isn't the time for joking around. Your mom stops by the house all the time. But I feel uncomfortable whenever she's around because of her pointed comments and snide remarks. I can't help but have my guard up with her.
Jeez, don't be so hard on her. It's not like she does it out of malice or ill will. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Did you think about that little thing we discussed yet?
What thing?
I mentioned it before, right? About my mom moving in with us. Our lives are about to be turned upside down when our son's born, right? We could do with the extra pair of hands. I don't think it's a bad idea at all.
This again, Tucker? Really? How many times do I have to say no before you'll respect my opinion? I'm sorry, I know she's your mom, and I can tell you're really eager about the idea, but I just can't live in the same house as her.
But why?
Did you listen to a word I said just now? I'd never be able to relax again if she lived with us.
Jeez, is that seriously the only reason you keep saying no? Don't you think you're being a little too selfish on this one?
You're trying to force me to do something I clearly don't want to do just to lighten your own burden once our son's born. Which of us is being selfish, really? Your mom has no qualms about bossing me around despite the fact I'm heavily pregnant. Do you really think she'll let up once I'm recovering after the birth? Why am I even saying this? You already know.
Bossing you around? Why'd you have to make her sound like such a tyrant? She ain't that bad. All she does is ask you for favors every now and then.
Well, from where I'm standing, it feels like being bossed around. What's worse, I can see you watching from the sidelines and snickering to yourself whenever she does it. You can't seriously think I'd be okay with her moving in with us when she treats me like that.
What? Is there nothing I can say to change your mind on this?
Why does it have to be so soon? I don't see the harm in waiting until everything's settled down with our son after the birth. This is happening, Tucker, and soon. We're not going to have the time to deal with your mom on top of everything else.
Admit it. You just don't want to have to put up with being told off every now and then, do you? I mean, seriously. You almost make it sound like she's in the wrong. I just can't accept that as an answer when there would be so many benefits to having her around.
If that's what you think, then that's fine by me. But I'm simply not ready to have your mom move in with us so soon, and that's my final word on it. If you actually started doing things around the house by helping me out with the housework and things, I'd probably change my mind.
You're always so quick to point the finger. You think that's fair?
It's the truth. Listen to me, the bottom line here is that I'm opposed to your mom moving in with us. My mom's calling me, I gotta go. Speak tomorrow. Night, Tucker. Tucker, are you at home right now?
No, just got off from work. I'm on the train. What's wrong? Did something happen?
No, I just need to ask you something. Did you let your mom move in with us without saying anything to me?
What makes you think that?
It was around midday today. I asked my mom to go pick up some bits from the house for me. You were at work then, right? So there shouldn't have been anyone home. But my mom said she saw your mom coming out of the house.
Oh, that's nothing. I already told you, remember? About how she's been stopping by to help out with the housework while you're away at your folks. That's all.
Then why did your mom tell mine she moved in with us? Explain yourself.
Cat out of the bag already. Well, ideally, she was supposed to keep quiet about all this till you came home. Guess she just couldn't resist.
Wow. So you really did invite her to live with us. I can't believe you do this to me, Tucker. Does what I want mean absolutely nothing to you? I told you countless times I don't want to live with her. Why would you go and do this behind my back?
What choice did I have? Whenever I tried bringing it up, you were vehemently against it. I figured you wouldn't be able to complain if I moved her in secret while you were away at your parents' place.
You were so desperate to get your own way that you lied to me? What the hell is with you? I can't believe you did this.
But still, we're where we are now, so it can't be helped. It's just like that wise man once said, there's no use crying over spilled milk, right, babe? Right? Besides, my mom had been stopping by pretty much every day to do the housework while you were away. For all intents and purposes, she already lived with us. It's just more formal now. So, quit your complaining.
That's not the point, and who do you think you are talking to me like that? That's supposed to be our marital home. Why would you let your mom move in with us despite me making it abundantly clear that I hated the idea?
Sure, it might technically be our marital home, but who's the one paying the rent? Here's a hint. It's me. Plus, my mom was really eager about the whole thing. She was asking me if you'd changed your mind like 5 times a day, and to be honest, I kinda got bored of it. Sure, so you did nothing but stubbornly refuse, but that doesn't change the fact I was the one who had to deal with my phone constantly buzzing. So yeah, we did have to use some mildly coercive measures and a sprinkle of deception to push it through, so shoot me. You do realize you left us no choice, right?
No choice? Oh, you had a choice, Tucker. Do you have any idea how much of an impact this is going to have on our lives from here on out? You had no right to decide something like this on your own. This isn't how being married works.
I can't believe this is the attitude you get with me after I so kindly entertained your selfishness and let you move back in with mommy and daddy for the birth. You think you get to take advantage of my kindness while ignoring my policy for what's best for the family? Your selfishness knows no bounds. Man, I'm sick of this crap.
Why do you think I wanted to go back to my folks' place in the first place? Like I told you before, I was doing all of the housework while heavily pregnant every single day. I even had to tolerate your mom's bullshit on the weekends. Anyone in their right mind would want to move in with their parents in that situation.
Why not just say what you're really thinking? Go on. You're accusing me of not helping you, ain't you? Let's hear the truth, Megan. God, you're always so quick to point the finger at me. You really grind my gears sometimes, woman. There's no talking to you.
How about trying to improve for once instead of attacking me at every opportunity? Do you know how it feels to be this pregnant? I was running the entire household while being barely able to move and putting up with intermittent bouts of morning sickness. But in spite of that, the pair of you had absolutely no issue with treating me like your live-in slave. Is it any wonder I don't want her to move in with us?
That's it. I've had it with you. You know, Megan, I've wanted to call you out on your bullshit for a long time now. But you think you're so goddamn special just because you're carrying a baby in your belly, don't you?
What? What's that supposed to mean?
Well, I'm pregnant so I can't do housework. Wow, your mom is mean to me and I don't like talking to her. Wow. I don't want to live with her because she's mean. God, it's like being married to a big freaking baby. I wanted to say this for ages now, but you think being pregnant gives you the right to boss everyone around, don't you? You forgetting who puts a roof over your head? Who puts the food on the table? Not for me, you wouldn't be able to live. Do not bite the hand that feeds you, woman.
Oh my God. Is this what you really think of me?
Duh. Of course it is. You're a stay-at-home housewife. Do you even know what that means? You wouldn't even be able to eat if not for me. And yet you can't even get in line. Do what I say.
Wow. I guess I'm finally seeing your true colors. I had no idea you were like this.
Right back at you. Didn't know you were so selfish. God damn it, woman. This conversation is starting to piss me off now. You know what? If the idea of living with my mom is so unbearable for you, how about we get a divorce?
Whoa. What the hell? So you invite your mom to live with us behind my back and then threaten to divorce because I'm upset about it? You're unreal. I'll be giving birth to our son soon, for crying out loud. We're going to be parents soon, Tucker. How can you so casually suggest divorce like that?
It's your fault for not doing as I say. If you don't like it, then get in line. Besides, the only one who would suffer if we divorced is you. I don't care either way.
You changed when I got pregnant, Tucker. You wouldn't even joke about things like this before. Even with your mom, you didn't seem to be that concerned about her when we first met. But now you're inseparable for some reason. What gives?
She said something to me that stuck. If you're going to be a father, then you can't let that wife of yours walk all over you. I did nothing but compromise until you got pregnant. When my mom said that to me, I stopped and I thought, well, then I realized, why do I let you walk all over me? That's when I decided, time to change.
Right. So basically, what your mom tells you is more important than your own wife? Is that how things are always going to be between us?
Not necessarily always, but of course I'm going to prioritize her sometimes. She's my mom, for crying out loud. Go on, I'm waiting. This is where you start giving me crap again, isn't it? Just know that if you carry on with your incessant whining, you're going to get divorced. If that's what you want, then go ahead.
This is pointless. I need some time to get my thoughts together. Is that all right with you?
Yeah, but make it quick. It's not like you have a right to choose or any say in the decisions we make, but if thinking on it for a little while is going to make you happy, then knock yourself out. Think to your heart's content, sweet cheeks.
I will.
Megan, it's been a week since you gave birth now, right? You gonna hurry up and come home soon? My mom wants to meet her grandson already.
My daughter and grandson are gone. I'm terribly sorry to have to tell you this, but I need you to let your mother know she'll never meet her grandson.
Oh, well, wait. What? Your daughter and grandson? What are you talking about? Wait, is that Megan's mom? Beatrice?
Yes, it is. Thank you for all you've done for my daughter, but those are the circumstances.
Wait a sec. Those are the circumstances? You gotta be joking. Megan and my son are gone?
How you interpret that is entirely up to you. But the fact of the matter is that Megan and her son are gone, which means they'll never be coming home to you.
No, seriously, I've got no idea what you're talking about. She only just gave birth. I was there. I met my son, Billy. They were both totally fine when I saw them a week ago.
They were both involved in an accident immediately after being discharged from the hospital. I got the impression Megan had been awfully stressed out lately. I think that must have been what caused it.
Stress? Wait, assuming she got into an accident because she was stressed? With my newborn son?
She went out with Billy and never came back. I can only assume it happened because she was distracted by worry and hadn't been paying attention to her surroundings.
I see. Okay. I think I understand the situation now. But still, why didn't you get in touch with me immediately when she didn't come back? This is my wife and son we're talking about here.
This isn't a discussion I wanted to have with you, but the accident was your fault. As Megan's mother, I'll never forgive you for what you did to her. That's why I didn't get in touch.
My fault? What the heck's that supposed to mean?
You let your mother move into your house without Megan's permission. She was perpetually stressed and anxious because of you. You messed with her head so much that she could barely focus on what was going on around her. You made her so scatterbrained that she got into an accident. Do you understand the gravity of what you've done now?
No way. It can't be. All I wanted was to live with my mom. I never meant to send Megan over the edge.
You can drop the act before you waste any more energy trying to feed me your pack of lies. I heard all about you and your mother from Megan. The both of you treated my heavily pregnant daughter like your live-in slave and drove her to the depths of despair. That's why she didn't want your mother to move in with you. You completely ignored my daughter's feelings time and time again.
But I explained the circumstances behind my mom moving to Megan herself. Sure, I guess she wasn't overly eager about the idea, but I had no idea it'd cause her so much worry.
You've got some nerve, boy. You threatened to divorce her if she didn't shut up and do exactly as you told her. It was hard enough for her without your mother living with you, just with her occasional visits, let alone being under the same roof as her 24/7. You can't seriously be claiming you didn't think that would stress her out.
Sure, I guess it kind of makes sense when you put it out like that.
Let me guess, you didn't think she'd actually divorce you, did you? You thought you had her so completely and utterly dependent on you that she'd have no choice but to subserviently obey everything you told her to do. What with the timing of the birth, you probably saw her as a helpless plaything in the palm of your hand. It's only natural that divorce would be difficult for a woman in her situation after all.
No, I didn't think that, not even for a second, no way.
Actions speak louder than words, boy. The fact that you thought you could get away with such an extreme act of betrayal tells me all I need to know about what you really think of my daughter. Well, stop and take a look at the consequences of your cowardly plan. It's time to accept the reality of what you've done. I think it's time you reevaluated your relationship with your mother. Goodbye.
Megan, I'm so sorry. I know this doesn't make up for anything, but I told my mom I never want to see her again. I at least wanted to go to your funeral. God damn it. I'm sorry for being such a piece of crap, husband. I failed you, baby.
My funeral? What are you talking about? I'm doing totally fine.
Huh? Megan, How are you replying me?
I'm not sure how to answer that. I got some weird messages all of a sudden, so I'm replying. That's all. Anyway, what are you talking about? My funeral? When was that?
But your mom told me you and our son were dead.
I know what she said. I saw the chat logs. But she never said we were dead, did she? She just said we were gone. She definitely didn't mention anything about a funeral.
Huh? What else was I gonna think? Plus, she said you guys were in an accident. Are you okay?
Jeez, don't be so dramatic. We just got into a little bump with another car while I was out driving, that's all. Don't get me wrong, it was a shock, and there is a little dent in the bumper, but I'm not injured at all. I didn't even go to the hospital. Wow, looks like my mom had you terrified.
Yes, this is your mom's fault. She made it sound like you got into an accident and died. Why would she lie to me like that?
But my mom didn't lie at all. Sure, her choice of wording might have been confusing, but she didn't lie.
She didn't? But she said you were never coming home. Oh my god, I told my mom I never wanted to see her again based on a frickin' lie. What the hell? How does what she did not constitute lying?
Like I said, it was just a light bump, so neither of us are injured at all. But we were actually in an accident.
Yeah, you just told me that. But no matter what you say, she 100% categorically, beyond any shadow of a doubt, lied to me. She told me you guys are never coming home.
Yep, it's true. Why would I? I have no intention of living with you.
Huh? What are you talking about?
When she said we were gone, she meant that I was gone from your life. Insofar as being your wife and son, we are gone, and we're never coming back. So as long as I have no intention of coming back to live with you in that house, we're gone. Therefore, the use of the word gone was totally appropriate on my mom's part. Do you understand now?
She shouldn't play with words like that. But why? You still haven't told me why. What on earth would possess you to do something so drastic?
Didn't you just answer your own question? Because you misinterpreted my mom's messages and broke off ties with your mom. It was to make you do that.
What? I don't understand what's happening here at all. Why would you want to trick me into breaking ties with my mom?
Because you neglected me and your son, and used the fact that I was pregnant as leverage to prioritize your mom, who hates me, over our marriage. Thinking that I'd have no choice but to shut up and tolerate whatever you did to me. Do you really think my mom would forgive a lowlife like you?
Wait, so the whole thing was a plot to take revenge on me?
Bingo! And you fell for it hook, line, and sinker.
This is not a laughing matter. How do you plan on making this right? My mom genuinely thinks that you and our son are dead.
That's great. It's better for us if she carries on thinking that. She was spamming me with hateful messages after the divorce, too. To be honest, I am absolutely sick of her.
Wait, what? The divorce? Are you serious? After all I've done for you? Is everything I've done for this marriage still not enough for you?
How many times do I have to tell you we're never coming home? And what do you mean after all you've done for me?
I just cut off ties with my own frickin' mother for you. Surely that's enough to make things right between us.
You mean the slave-driving mother you invited into our home against my wishes? You mean acting like a shameless lowlife who wouldn't even help me with the simple things around the house while I was heavily pregnant? What planet are you on? How could you even think it's possible to make things right after everything you've put me through? You really think telling your mom to get lost makes this right?
I guess, well, that depends on how you look at it.
Well, from where I'm standing, it doesn't make it right, and nothing ever could. That's why, on top of the divorce, you'll also be paying me child support until Billy's an adult. I take it you have no problems with that?
Give me a break. I have nothing but problems with it.
And who's the one who forced me to put you in this situation? You only have yourself to blame. I did tell you, didn't I? That if you were going to become a parent, you needed to fulfill your bare minimum of responsibilities as a dad. Well, it's finally time to step up and pay child support. After that, Tucker and I got a divorce, and the whole thing went by without a hitch. Based on the fact that Billy had just been born, neither of us yet had any experience with childcare. However, me being his mom and having access to the strong support network of my amazing mom and dad, and being able to live with them at their house worked heavily in my favor, which meant I ended up winning full custody of our son. Of course, my domineering ex-husband is still paying me child support. I heard that Tucker showed up in floods of tears on his mom's doorstep after the divorce, explaining why he did what he did and apologizing profusely. Apparently, they ended up patching things up. To be honest, I had a feeling that was how it was going to end all along. So the little stunt me and my mom pulled was only ever for amusement, but I tell ya, it sure was satisfying. I feel so grateful that I was able to get myself out of that situation. I can only imagine what a living hell my life would be if I didn't divorce. Stuck under the same roof as my controlling husband and the wicked stepmother from hell. Hearing about how Tucker made up with his mom actually reminded me of how fortunate I am. So I can't say I'm bothered by the fact that she forgave him. As for Billy and I, we're currently living with my parents at their house, and we're having a blast. I have no idea what kind of impact not having a dad might have on him as he grows up. But even still, I don't regret the divorce one bit. Not having a dad just means I'll have to love him enough for two.